Hello, I'm David Hunt, CEO and founder of Hyperion Executive Search. I'm delighted to be with you to introduce an exciting new mandate we have in smart buildings as we start a search for a Chief Commercial Officer for Bisly. I'm joined today by Ants Ville, who's the CEO at Bisly. Ants, very good to have you with us.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're having me.
Good. So this is a really exciting space. I love the whole area of smart buildings and making things much more efficient, obviously. But perhaps you can share very briefly a little bit of an overview of what exactly are the products and solutions that Bisly offers.
Yeah, sure. So we in Bisly view ourselves as the only truly scalable building automation technology, and that's based on our own hardware backbone that enables different third-party integrations, meaning that we can scale with any type of third-party hardware that is then integrated through our hardware backbone into our software platform. And of course, the whole idea behind it is to deliver the energy saving, the cost savings that fully, let's say, implemented automation value chain can bring.
Yeah.
And what we are further doing is that as our software platform, starting from sales to productions to installation, resulting in two main products of the building management system and the end user consumer apps, is all done in one platform through digital twin and no-code approach.
Right.
We take the non-value added aspects out of the building automation. So that's in short, I think, what we do. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, it's such an exciting space. Of course, we'll share links so people can find out some more about the product. But this whole area is so ripe for disruption, as you're keen to do, and so much it can be achieved from a climate perspective of integrating smart building solutions such as Bisly. So there's a lot of exciting things happening with the company and in the marketplace. Perhaps you can share, Ants, just how about this CCO, Chief Commercial Officer role has come about.
Yeah, so we started out, we are an Estonian startup, so now we already have our first showrooms and locations in Germany and UK being our current target markets. But in Estonia, quite rapidly, we actually took the market leading position because of the same reason that our product brings. So essentially, we are making the building automation affordable, but we're also making it more customer-centric in terms of the features that we offer, but as well the after-sales support, maintenance and upgrades that we bring, right? And what we're seeing in the general automation market is in fact driven by the need for higher efficiencies, because if we think about, let's say, the global opportunity, then in Europe, roughly 40% of energy is consumed and 30% of greenhouse gases are emitted in the building energy, let's say, sector. And if we are able, and we will definitely be able to take quite a big chunk out of it by automating and making the buildings more efficient, then in very practical terms, building automation offers a larger opportunity for actually combating climate change than, for example, the EV revolution. And that kind of puts the things into perspective, right?
Yeah, perhaps doesn't get the airspace, but certainly is making a massive impact. So tell us a little bit, we'll of course share a job description with those that are interested, but perhaps if you can give us the highlights of what it is that this role entails. What are the key things that the CCO will be doing for the organization in those first maybe 12 to 18 months?
Yeah, so right now we have set in place our, let's say, fundamental sales structure and our go-to-market models, and are moving forward both in UK and Germany, where we have signed our first, let's say, pilot cases. But the expectations towards the CCO is then to further grow. So as any CCO roles, it's aimed towards commercial growth, and we want to grow roughly 2-3 times per year. So that's basically the key essence of the job, right? And to do that, then of course the CCO will need to define the needed resources, further iterate on the go-to-market plans, and set in place the needed routines and roles to ensure the proper delivery and customer success.
Yeah. I think it's critical. We were talking before about having someone who is able to, as you say, operate strategically and look at the longer term plans for substantial growth over a period of time, but also someone who's willing to get their hands dirty and be very much a hunter in the early stages. Of course, there is already an existing team, but someone who's still happy to be very much active at the front line.
That's true, yeah. So if you look at what makes also the Bisly executive team special in my mind is the fact that together with the two founders, Siim and Michael, we all let's say it's not our first rodeo, but while being product focused, we are actually very much commercially engaged executives. So we are not viewing, let's say, the CCO role as something that we have somebody to come and take care of it and then manage it as like in a corporate functions. But we are all looking to, in one way or another, to further support commercial activities even when the CCO joins. So it's very much a team effort and, let's say, kick-ass attitude that we are fostering here.
Right, absolutely. So share perhaps a little bit of the type of the culture you have. Clearly is, as you say, a very dynamic one and very much about getting stuff done. But perhaps you can share a little bit about some of the key experiences you're looking in the individual that joins the organization.
Yeah, so basically in terms of professional background, we're looking for somebody who comes either from the construction sector or from the automation sector. So it's of course preferred if that person has had some sort of an entrepreneurial or already executive level P&L experience, because we are building a business here and that's important. And of course, in building a business, there will be ups and downs. So you need to be able to cope with those stresses as well. But as you already mentioned, then a responsible person who also wants to and has the drive to make the commercial success happen. So I think that's something that I would summarize it as.
Okay. And location-wise, we're primarily focused around the German region, German-speaking region, which is clearly a core market. You've touched on the UK and clearly have broader expansion plans as well. But at the moment, the German-speaking market is one of those that is the core focus. So someone who has both fluency in English and German?
Yeah, so fluency in German is indeed important, because if you're looking at who our customers are, then there are basically two main customer personas, and one of them are, so to say, what we call the direct model. So those are the real estate developers who are developing or owning real estate, such as funds, for example. And then the other part is building up this partnership network or different partners, integrators. And in all of those cases, let's say the native language is important. Mm-hmm. And likewise in UK, where we also have already our boots on the ground, so to say.
Okay. Now tell us a bit, like you said, it's not your first rodeo. You've been through the startup journey successfully in the past, but tell us a little bit about the culture of Bisly and what sort of environment someone is going to be stepping into.
Yeah, so I think culture is, like, personally for me also quite an important topic, more specifically the company culture then. And we believe that culture does eat strategy for breakfast, but at the same time we also make strategies, right? So putting those together, then we think that we do have the formula for the success. And if I'm looking at the rest of the EXCO team that we're working together with, then it's, in my opinion, quite a diverse group of professionals with different experiences. I mean, I have been doing energy storage in the past. I have also started one other PropTech company. We have our CEO is a Nasdaq listed company founder from, let's say, car sales software and so on. So I think the variety of experiences is here, and that also means that there is not too much of this early startup type of ego game, rattling the shields and swords and all of that. It's very clearly, it's all about Bisly type of mentality, while at the same time we understand that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we need to take care of each other and our team members, and talk about performance management, talk about getting better as the players in the team, but not distributing perhaps people into who are good and bad, but let's say talking solely about performance. While again, at the same time, making sure that we are here for the long haul, so to say.
Yeah. No, it's that commitment to, again, the growth of the team and the growth of the individuals in the team, which I think is quite exciting. And again, in a space which is very dynamic. So how perhaps would you look back and see the first year of success for this role? What were some of the key markers that you were expecting this individual to be able to sort of achieve in those first 12, 18 months?
Yeah, so let's say it's all about revenue in the commercial team, right? So, or more specifically then about order intake. So we have our target countries, but also target companies that we want to go after, and we expect to, let's say, get that business then in. Because let's say for us currently from the stage that we are coming from, indeed it is scaling 2 or 3 times per year. Yeah. But in the, let's say, total market context, we are actually not aiming for market leading position in the next, let's say, 2 or 4 years. So I think it's an ambitious target still, and of course, getting to that and defining what are the resources, what we need to do for it, and knowing the details behind, and also communicating those to the organization that can support the CCO in it, achieving those results. I think that's key.
Yeah. Well, it's very clear that they come into a team which has, as you've already stated, a good wealth of experience of growing and scaling businesses. But not only that, they're obviously someone that's going to be able to bring their ideas and bring their solutions and contribute to the growth of that team. So that seems to be something that we've discussed before about somebody who's really keen to make an impact within the business, as well as what you do as a business, making an impact in society and on the construction industry.
Yeah, that's true, and it also resonates with one of our core values that we see ourselves as the force of change, right? So, and that's what we're expecting from the new team member as well. So, we're not too keen on micromanagement, but we want to see a clear direction and the plan, and then of course excellent execution behind them.
Yeah. Well, it's a super exciting role in a super exciting space, and we're delighted, Ants, to be working with you and the team on this. We'll share on our website and on the video platform beneath the links to Bisly, so people can find out a little bit more about the organisation and some of the products and solutions. But if you get in touch with myself or some of the Hyperion team to talk more detail about the role and how the process will evolve, then obviously we look forward to having that conversation with you. But Ants, thanks very much for sharing a little bit about Bisly, this role, and the culture of the business.
Yeah, thank you.